Alright, hey AP Chemistry. I wanted to make the quickest video on something that I want you to know about how to write just some simple electron configurations. They're going to get more complex later, but for right now, just wanted to show you in order and the different types of ways to put electron configuration. So if I see anything with the S, an S orbital can hold, or an S subshell can hold 2 electrons. A p orbital or a p subshell can hold 6 electrons, and a d orbital or a d subshell can hold up to 10 electrons. And typically, I could represent electrons with these up and down arrows. These represent electrons, right? These are electrons, and they're spinning up or down. We're going to not worry about that right now, but I could show electrons like this. Okay? Now, remember from class that if I have the atomic number equals the number of electrons. Okay, so we're gonna fill in an orbital diagram for magnesium. Its atomic number is 12, so it has 12 electrons. Watch how I do it in order, and then I'm gonna write the electron configuration, and then I'm gonna do it for nitrogen. So for 12 electrons, first I start in the 1s orbital. I start with 1s. S could fit 2 electrons. I do 1 up, 1 down. So I use 2 electrons. I have 10 electrons left. Then I go to the next orbital and energy level. That's the second energy level. I go to 2s. 2s can have 2 electrons. I subtract another 2 electrons. I have 8 electrons left. In the 2p, I can have 6 electrons. Watch how I put them in here. You're going to need to know this for later. I put them all up first. That's 3 electrons. I spread them out first. Then I pair them. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to subtract the 6 electrons I just did for the p orbital, for the 2p, and I have 2 electrons left. Those 2 are going to happen to go into the 3s, and I have none left, 0. All right, so look at this. I have 2 electrons in the 1s, 2 electrons in the 2s, 6 electrons in the 2p, and 2 electrons in the 3s. The way that I would write this configuration in order, or electron configuration in order, is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, and then 3s2. These numbers are the energy level, right? So 1, 2, 3. These letters are the orbitals. And these numbers, this 2 here, or the 6, those are the number of electrons. So that is how I'm writing an electron configuration. In general, right now, the order is 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, and then eventually, you're going to see that it does go to 4s, and then 3d. But for your quiz or your pop quiz, I want you to know just these first couple. Let's do nitrogen now. Nitrogen's a little bit smaller and has less. Its atomic number is 7. So if you want, you could pause the video right now and see if you could do the orbital diagram and electron configuration for nitrogen, and then you could check your work. So if you want, you could pause the video, see if you could do this on your own, and then check my answer. Okay, so after you've paused the video, we're going to do this now. Atomic number is 7. This means that nitrogen has 7 electrons. I start with the 1s. I put 2 electrons in the 1s. I put 1 up, 1 down. Minus 2 electrons, I have 5 electrons left. I go to the 2s. Remember, in the s sublevel, I could have 2 electrons. So 1 up, 2 down. Minus 2 electrons, I have 3 electrons left. And then watch what I do in the 2p. I spread them out before pairing them. We're going to call that Hund's rule. Hund's rule basically says spread before pairing. You go from bottom to top and then spread before pairing. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And that is how I would write the orbital diagram. And I used all 3 of the electrons. I have none left. Let me write the electron configuration. I start with 1s. I have 2 electrons in the 1s. So for the electron configuration for nitrogen, it'd be 1s2. Then 2s2. And then there's 3 in the 2p. 2p3. Done. That is the electron configuration for nitrogen. So that is all I want you to know for right now. We will do more in-depth stuff about short notation, long notation. We'll do things known as noble gas configuration. We'll do things where we have larger atoms. In general, the overall order, and this is something that I want you to memorize, goes in the following way. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, and then that's probably as far as it's going to go, right, for us right now. So I could do it in this order. I do 1s, then I do 2s and 2p, then I do 3s and 3p, and then I do 4s, then 3d, and then 4p. That is the order. You're going to see this tomorrow why I go in this order, and it's weird. But for right now, I just want you to watch this video and make sure you're able to write some simple electron configurations for tomorrow.